Hey, I'm Whitney, and this is Jenna,
And we don't want to work out.
like ever. So we started this podcast to create a welcoming and approachable environment where showing up is the hardest part.
All right, let's get started. Okay, cool. All right, so today we're doing our arm and shoulder circuit. So we're just going to jump right into it. We're going to start with a little warm up, which we can actually just do right the way we are right here, sitting down. All right, so how about for about a minute, let's just start with some arm circles, just to kind of warm up and wake up those arms. How you doing today, Whitney?
Doing pretty good. I've been on a scary movie kick, so I'm happy to be doing something to make me stop thinking about it.
That's great. I mean, it's the season for it.
Yes.
Went
to see.
Oh,
Let me tell you, it's funny. I went to see Five Nights at Freddy's last night. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Okay. So I took two of my kids, and
Switch direction.
I thought my brother-in-law was going as well with his two kids. But what he actually did was bring them, buy their movies and popcorn, then tell me he wasn't staying, and then he told me they had never seen a horror movie before and they get scared easily. And then he left.
That's lovely. He's like, here you go. Have fun. Bye.
Yeah.
Right,
I thought it was amazing.
Let's stand up.
Not the movie, the choice that he made.
That's pretty funny. Right now, what we're going to do is we're just going to take one arm and we're just going to stir the soup. We're just going to let
what
that
should our
arm
legs
hang.
be doing? Should our legs be bent a little bit?
Yeah, slightly bent in the knees. Usually you don't want to have locked knees when you're bending over. It's not good for your lower back. So yeah, just like a slight bend in the knees, but not to the point where it's going to make your legs burn.
Right.
And we'll just go one arm.
I've never done this before, and it's a really cool feeling.
Oh yeah, this is like so good for your shoulders. Let's switch arms.
Yeah. I can hear my right shoulder crunching a little bit.
Me too. Which I do believe is from rowing.
Yep.
Crunchy rower shoulder. I guess probably for those first couple of years when I was pulling with my arms and not my...
Yeah, pulling with the wrong arms at the wrong time.
Yep. All right. So that's good for a nice little arm workout. I actually feel some heat in my arms. Do you?
Yeah, I do. Didn't you see me put my arms down on the shoulder circles?
Yeah. That's okay. You were telling me a story,
Yeah, sure.
Did you like Five Nights at Freddy's? Before we get started, let's just keep swinging our arms around. How was it?
Yeah, it was good. It was PG-13, so like all of the kills that happened, they were off screen, and it was only about 90 minutes. So it went really quick. I mean, there wasn't really a boring moment. I'm the type of movie watcher that I don't try to figure it out. And it's more fun for me in the end. And I mean, it was good. It was good. No complaints.
Great. Yeah, no, that sounds fun. Okay. All right. You want to get right into the workout?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is 10 exercises, and we're going to do each exercise for a minute each. All right. We'll keep it nice and simple. The first exercise is going to be arm circles again, just like we did in our warm up. But for the workout, first of all, it's going to be for a full minute. So that's going to really start to burn. And second of all, if you want easier arm circles, then make them smaller. And if you want harder arm circles, then make them bigger. All right.
All right. I have a question before we start. Are we doing it a minute one direction and then we're switching after that maybe? Okay, cool.
So 1 minute each direction. Yep.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so that's going to feel totally different hopefully for each direction.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Minute on. All right. So I'm going to go forward first, doesn't matter. All right. So just keep that nice consistent motion here, and even as they really start to burn, like I said, just make those circles a little smaller as they start to burn, but try to keep moving. And of course, if you need to shake out for a second, that's always okay. I've been watching Goosebumps, and I've really been enjoying it.
So the new Goosebumps on Disney?
Yes, the new one. Yeah, I think
Good
it's
to
pretty
know
good.
that you're the second person that has said it's good.
Oh,
That I
good.
trust
Okay,
with
yeah.
that I trust with things that you guys watch. So cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we're looking forward to watching Five Nights at Freddy's too. It looks really, honestly, it looks pretty scary. I'm not gonna
It
lie.
was it was creatively funny.
Yeah. Okay, good. I like a little humor in my horror.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
it
like
had
Goosebumps
good
too.
moments. Yeah.
Switch sides or switch directions, I mean. Woo! I'm feeling that burn.
Yeah, that one hurt. I know big circles are a little bit harder, but I need like that rest time on the way down.
Well, we're gonna rest after these arm circles before we do our next
Okay.
exercise. Yep.
Okay, awesome. Good to know.
Yep. Probably should have mentioned that up top. But again, just take a second I'm going to shake out for a second, actually. Okay, right back in.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the Goosebumps is entertaining. It's a little freaky, but it's also pretty funny. The kids that play the main characters are really, really talented actors and actresses.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
15 seconds left here. Actually, 10 now.
Before this, I was watching Talk to Me,
Okay.
and that's another horror movie.
Drop.
I had to rent it. I had to rent it, but that's really good as well. It's been pretty scary.
What does it mean to rinse it? Oh,
I rented it. I rented it.
That's your southern accent coming into play there.
After I rented it.
Just like, what is she talking about? All right.
Thanks for going.
Next is, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So next is push-ups. All right. And so this is one of those things where I know that it's very difficult to, for a lot of people to do the full push-up, myself included. It is, and for the record, everybody, these push-ups are harder for people who carry most of their weight here, as opposed to other people who carry most of their weight in their shoulders and their arms. So for me, I carry most of my weight around my midsection. So push-ups are a little harder. So what I recommend here is if you can't do the full on traditional style push-up, then just get right down on those knees. All right. But just make sure that you keep your body nice and flat. Make sure you don't have your butt up. All right. And we can do them. And this is where I'm going to do them. All right. So we'll go ahead and do, we're going to do 10 of these. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. Here we go. We're on nice and slow on the way down. Try to keep those elbows in. And if you need to, you can also just slowly lower yourself down, and you can actually just drop, and you can reset your body however you need to. So wherever you're at is totally fine. If you want to do these even up, like in a traditional style, and just slowly go down and drop at the bottom, that actually helps too. I've always found push-ups exceptionally challenging.
My upper body is much smaller than my lower body.
Yeah.
But it's my upper body's always been pretty strong.
Yes,
Luckily.
You've always been very cut arms and shoulders.
Yeah, sometimes it's deceiving because they can be cut even when I'm out of shape.
Hey man, bonus.
Yeah. Have you been counting your push-ups?
I have not, so I'm gonna do 2 more.
I stopped.
Hopefully that was enough time for everybody to do 10-ish. Don't look at my form on those, it's really bad.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Okay, now we're gonna come back up on our feet and we're gonna do arm front raises for 1 minute. All right?
I don't know what you said.
Okay, we're just gonna do some arm front raises for 1 minute. So it's just gonna be this. Just coming from the sides up. All right? All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. And I like to just, doing these arm exercises without weights, I think a lot of the time people think, oh, you have to really pump the iron to tone your arms, but that's simply not true. Even just doing some simple stuff like these, it adds up after a certain amount of time. And I think most people, even big jacked people that lift a lot, will have their arms burning towards the end of this. halfway through. And if you want to increase the challenge, go up higher.
Oh.
Yeah. As long as you're just nice and slow and control. At no point in time do you want to just kind of let momentum take over. You just want to always control the movements.
So I know this is silly, but I feel like we are all practicing the waves really slowly and controlled.
Yes.
It's like we're in a slow motion video.
Yes, the very
we have to
boring,
be
slow.
moving in slow motion. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, drop. Okay. Next one. Should have mentioned this at the top, but if you have a chair or something like that, and maybe you want to pause the video here for 1 second to go grab a chair or something that you can lean on for tricep dips. And if you don't have a chair, then you can do tricep dips. You can do them like kind of in a bridge position, you know, and you can do them like that. So you kind of just suspend your body. I'm going to do the chair if you want to do the bridge.
Yeah.
All right. So got my chair here. All right. Okay. So we're going to do tricep dips here. Okay. For 1 minute, as many as you can do in 1 minute is fine. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So on these, really important, especially if you're using the chair, that you don't want to overextend your shoulders and dip so far down that it hurts your shoulders. That's definitely not the goal. So 90 degrees with the elbows is perfect. Oh. And just remember, as you're going through these, keep that core nice and tight. Really support your trunk by keeping your core tight. That does help a little bit.
Hey, could I get the time? How much time is left?
Yeah, you can get the time. Let's see. We started. We're about halfway through. A little more than halfway, actually.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. 15 seconds. Yeah, these add up. That's for sure.
Yep, it works. It's working.
Yes, it does work.
I feel like I look so stupid, but it doesn't matter.
Drop. Nope. That's perfect. Okay. Okay, great. Now we're back to some arm raises. Okay, this time we're just going to go lateral with our arm raises. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, just some nice lateral arm raises, just like before. Slow and control. And again, you can go higher if you want to increase the difficulty.
I imagine some people might have difficulty going higher, so it would be good to, when you hit resistance, try not to force it. I know a lot of shoulder rotation gets a little stiff.
No, that's a great point. Yeah, when you hit that resistance point, yeah, that's great advice. That's generally true with a lot of exercises, actually. You don't want to push past those resistance points. And as time goes on, the more you do these things, I think most people will find you get more range of motion.
Yes.
All right, we've got about 10 seconds left on this one. Five, 4, 3, 2, and drop. Okay, this next one is going to be really interesting. Okay, so this is something a yoga teacher did with me once, and it shocked me how much this worked my arms. So what we're going to do is a downward dog hold. We're just going to do downward dog, but we're going to hold it for a minute. All right, so when doing downward dog, all right, real quick before we get started, okay, I think most people are familiar with it, but just in case you're not familiar with downward dog, you just kind of, I don't know if the camera's getting more of you, Whitney, if you want to maybe show us how to do it.
We're going to do a little of this.
Yeah. Yep.
And I can't straighten my legs, so I'm going to bend my knees.
And that's totally fine. All right, let's start right now, okay? All right, clock is on, okay? So in this position, all right, like Whitney said, you can bend your knees a little if that flexibility isn't feeling good, or you can keep those back legs straight. You can walk your feet in a little, you can walk them out a little, whatever's comfortable. And what starts as comfortable will become uncomfortable as the minute goes on. And one thing I always like to tell people when I'm doing downward dog is plant your fingers onto the ground for good stability and push your chest towards the tops of your thighs. And just make sure you don't sink into those shoulders. You've got about let's see, 15 seconds left here.
I found that I was pushing into the ground with my hands. And my chest was going towards my thighs. But what did you say to do with the shoulders?
Oh, just push out of the shoulders. Just kind of make sure you don't turtle shell like sink into them.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. So thank you for those. I got 2 out of 3. So
drop. Yeah, there's always a tendency with any type of like plank hold or downward dog for people to slowly sink into those shoulders. And you always just want to press them out. Okay, next one we have. Okay, this is a little bit of core and arms actually. It's called side plank with arm extension. Okay, so we'll go 30 seconds each side. So we're going to go into our side plank. Okay, in the side plank, we can go up on our arm or down on our elbow as always. Okay, and we're just going to do one of these. All right, so we're going to have our arms start by our sides, thumbs up, reach the arm overhead and back. All right, and we're on. There's a little combo exercise here.
I know, I think you tricked us.
I did. I'm always going to get a little core into everything I do. There we go. 10 seconds left on this side, and then we'll switch. Yeah, I don't know what's challenging me more right now, the core or the arm. It's kind of distracting. Switch.
Definitely the core for me.
Yes, I think for me as well. There we go. 15 seconds left on this side. And we've got 2 more exercises for you after this one, and then that will have been 10 full minutes of arm sculpting. Drop.
Did you see me just? Right.
No.
Did you see me just now? Let me show you what was happening. So I was up in it. My arm was like, I was about to fall. It was, but I held it. All right.
And now your dog is very concerned about your safety.
She is always concerned.
Okay, next is going to be inchworms. Okay, so we're going to start up like this. Okay, again, maybe squeaking in a little bit of core here as well. Okay, we're going to start in a folded position. Okay, and you're just going to keep your feet planted in the same position. Walk your body out on your fingertips. And if that's too tough, then walk out on your palms. That's okay too. All right, we're on the top.
How far do we go?
Walk all the way out to a plank, and then slowly inch your way back.
I've always loved this one because I feel that by the end, I'm so much more flexible behind my legs.
Oh yeah, this is another one of those nice combo ones where it's core, it's stretching, and it's arm tone.
Yeah.
And a little bit of palms and hands too. If you do it up on your fingertips, it actually challenges the muscles in the hand as well.
Yeah.
And I always like to tell people, take small baby steps with the hands in this one. You know, and that you can get a little bit more out of each crawl. Okay, we'll go another 15 seconds on this. I did lose track of time, but nothing. Not that it will help. So we do a little extra. It's all good. All right, 3, 2, 1, and drop. Okay. Okay, last one. And I'm curious, Whitney, if you're going to remember this one from the weight room in college, scap push-ups. We used to do a lot of these. Yeah. Okay. So again, this is going to be one of those ones where you can either come up into that plank position, or you can get into that knee push-up position. Okay. Either one is fine. And what you're going to do is, instead of doing a push-up, you're actually going to dip your scaps together. So in your back, you've got your 2 shoulder blade muscles, right? You're going to dip so that they come together and then apart like this. Okay. So we're actually going to allow ourselves to dip into our shoulders. All right. And let's just do 10 of these. I'm not going to time these. I'm going to go 10. All right. So we're just kind of pushing those scaps together and then pressing them apart. This is good for your shoulders, and kind of like your scaps do get overlooked a lot. No one's ever really thinking about their scapula. So
Tell you what, are you on your knees or off your knees? Because I can barely be in the push-up position without shaking.
Yeah, I'm on my knees because I just want to have a little more control. My shoulders tend to feel very shaky towards the end of an arm and shoulder workout. So
yes, I know we've done 10.
That's 10. All right, so I figured for the cool down here, I figured we'd just do a couple simple arm stretches. You just kind of get the arm across the chest here. Great job, everybody.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's the kind of workout that many of us may feel sore from tomorrow, myself included.
I for sure will. It's okay. I don't mind to be a little sore. I feel like I've made progress if I'm sore in a good way. Sore in a good way, not sore in like a hurt way.
Oh yeah. No, I also enjoy feeling sore. It always, same thing. It tells me that I did something. I did the thing. I challenged my muscles.
Yes.
All right, just a couple more nice arm stretches here. Whatever you like to do for arms. All right. Whitney did it in the beginning of the episode. You can clasp your hands behind your back. You just kind of open up the chest and open up through those armpits right here, not armpits. Although it's both, I guess. Elbow pits. That's the word I was looking for, elbow pits. And then do a little dip forward, really tends to open the shoulders up. But again, if this is something that causes you pain, skip it. It's just a stretch. No need to. All right. And that's what I got for us today on arms.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us today. This podcast is hosted by Jenna Hetzel and Whitney Falk. If you're interested in custom workouts, please contact us at idon'twannaworkoutpodcast@gmail.com. Workouts are now and always will be free to anyone who wants to give it a shot. You can find us on YouTube video podcasts, I Don't Want to Work Out Podcast. You can also find us on Instagram, I Don't Want to Work Out Podcast. We'll see you next time.